From the bright lights of Vegas to the hardwood of UNLV, welcome to one of the basketball capitals of the world. Today, we bring you to the pavilion for a matchup between the UNLV Lady Rebels and the Air Force Falcons. Both teams fighting for the right to add one more number to their win column. My name's Whitaker Lummis, joined by my partner, Marcus Bray. Now, Marcus, although these two teams are on opposite ends of the standings, you never may know what could happen once that ball goes up in the air. So with that being said, who are some impact players we can expect tonight?
Absolutely. One crucial impact player for UNLV is absolutely Meadow Rowland. She was held to only 6 points on 42 minutes a couple days ago against SDSU. I see today as a big bounce-back game for her. She's the team's leading scorer for a reason. This would be a great way to get back on track for her. And on the other side, also playing that 5 spot, is Emily Adams for Air Force. She had 4 steals last game, while UNLV had 24 turnovers against SDSU. I see her having another big game on the defensive end, and they're going to need it to stop this high-powered UNLV offense.
High-powered is just one of the ways people describe this new era of the Rebels, led by Coach Lindy LaRock. Now, what are some keys to the game? Maybe some impact players in there that are really going to shine, and what do you expect from this game as a whole?
This game has to be all about defense for both sides, not just Air Force. Air Force is the much smaller team, only having 1 player above that 6-foot mark versus UNLV's 4. Inside the paint is going to be crucial for UNLV. Get those points. I see Shelby Brown, who absolutely dominates the paint. Had a monster game a couple days ago. She can score a ton of points in the paint, and I see her doing that again today. But Air Force is going to have to slow down that high-powered offense. Their 3-ball is not like what UNLV's is. They're going to have to have some good perimeter defense and stay strong within the paint.
Well, with that being said, let's get to your starters. First, for the Air Force Falcons, we have Alexis Cortez at the point guard, Melanie Perry at the shooting guard, Jaya McNabb at the small forward, Keely O'Halloran at the power forward, and rounding out that Falcons crew is Emily Adams, as you mentioned, number 31 at the center. And for UNLV, the Lady Rebels team, Destiny Leah will be your point guard. Jasmine Lott starts as shooting guard. Aaliyah Alexander, the primary ball handler of this team, at the small forward. Shelby Brown starting at the 4 spot. And rounding out this crew is Meadow Rowland. Tip-off is just moments away, so don't go anywhere because action is right around the corner. The band's going crazy for this tip-off here. Of course, the classic Rebel chant. Meadow Rowland will take the tip. And we're off. Meadow Rowland wins the tip. Destiny Leo corrals it. And we're off here in Vegas. Lil Alexander. Now they're trying to move the ball around. Lott on the right corner, takes the right elbow jumper. Can't hit. Meadow rolling with the rebound. Now loses it. A scramble on the ground. Air Force comes up with it. They stop UNLV on that possession.
And that's a tough loss of the ball right there. Getting those early rebounds is crucial for UNLV. Get early on that lead and just hammer it home throughout the game.
I believe that's McNabb going down the lane off the glass. McNabb scores it. And like we said, you'll never know what to expect until the ball's up in the air. Let's see if Jasmine Lott here can respond. At the left wing. Kicking it to the top of the key to Shelby Brown. Now to Destiny Leo on the right wing. Right elbow down to Shelby Brown. They are down in the right block. Gets it off the glass and good. She puts the Rebels on the board. It's a tie ball game.
And it looks like we're going to see Shelby Brown working on Jada McNabb a lot today. These two very close to double-double for Jada McNabb, while Shelby Brown is averaging one. This could be a big matchup all night.
Can't hit. So that was Perry, I believe, on the shot. Or that was Brown, excuse me, on the shot for the Falcons. So fierce defense from UNLV. Rolling with the top of the key three. Just goes in and out. That would have been a good start for her. We don't see many of those from her. Saw one last game. Almost won that one against San Diego State. Speaking of San Diego State, the Running Rebels are playing them. I believe it's Saturday. And a three there goes for Air Force. But we need everyone to come out for that game, as San Diego State's been a rival of UNLV's a long time. So come out to that game. Support our Running Rebels.
And the Running Rebels coming off that big win against Utah State as well, looking to build that momentum.
Meadow Rowland hits the little turnaround floater. Rebels are down by one after the made three by Air Force. Now Air Force with the ball. Perry trying to drive on Leo. Leo falls. Turnaround jumper for Perry. Not going to go. Gets her own rebound down the lane. Kicks it to the right wing. That's a three. Not going to go.
And that's a miss you don't see a lot from Perry. Their leading scorer by far, averaging 16 points a game. It's going to be a miss that UNLV has to capitalize on.
Driving down the lane. Roland is fouled. She will go to the line now. Speaking of, I think a lot of people expect that UNLV is going to come out and they're going to go score a lot of points really quick and hold Air Force to a lot of points. Are you surprised on what Air Force has done so far?
I am. Air Force has done a great job containing this UNLV offense. They are, on paper, the much slower paced team. Only scored above that 70 mark 2 times this year versus UNLV, who has done it pretty consistently. So having this low-scoring team versus this high-powered offense, their defense is doing great so far, slowing down this team that can go for a shootout all day long.
That's for sure. I feel like I can hear you way better from last game. I feel like the last couple we've done, it's been high-powered action. I mean, this Rebel crew, so I wouldn't say they deserve a night off because, of course, they're fans, but not the biggest showing we've ever seen here. So Meadow Roland at the line for the Rebels. Hits that one.
And a nice, easy way to settle into the game, get those first couple buckets, and get going.
UNLV tied ball game 5-5. Just over 3 minutes to go. Roland hits the top of the rim. And Air Force will retain that, or will get that possession back. Stolen away by Shelby Brown. A little loose ball there. Gets it back, so Alexander will reset the play. She's at the top. She's moving down the post. Jumper, can't get it to go. Rebound Cortez, she's throwing the ball up the court. Falcons trying to take their time here. Adams at the top of the key. Down the lane, it goes for McNabb. Air Force with a little momentum here. Now up by 2, 7-5.
And Air Force putting the pressure, playing some full court press a little bit, trying to make the Rebels feel a little uncomfortable. We saw some miscommunications there last game against San Diego State like that.
And Shelby Brown with a tough little spin around and just kind of threw it out of the basket. Finds a way to go in off the glass. Perry moving to her left now, resetting it back to McNabb. Perry gets it to Cortez. Cortez moving to her left, trying to find her teammate. I believe that was O'Halloran. Just not on the same page there, and that's a turnover for the Falcons. Tied up ball game 7-7, 5:40 left to go here in the first quarter.
Elohim checking in for the Rebels, and that's a dangerous 3-ball Air Force cannot let to get going.
Now Shelby Brown at the free throw line, moving to her left, goes back in the middle, hits the little post hook, tucks to her teammate, gets the bench hyped up, and Rebels have the lead. Perry getting it to Adams. Adams back to Perry. Jumper from the short corner, air balls for Perry. Trying to get a go for the Falcons. Adams just misses. Alexander on the attack. Elohim back to Alexander from the right corner. And that's going to be an air ball for her. So an air ball party. Last two possessions from these two teams. McNabb driving on the taller Roland. Getting it into Adams. Now back, just going to reset it back to Perry. Perry averages 14 points against these Lady Rebels. She has 5 seconds. Adams from the top of the key forces up a floater. Shelby Brown with the rebound. Good little patient defense there from the Lady Rebels.
We saw it last week. Maybe the countdown from the crowd getting in the head of the players again.
And Alil Alexander can't hit. So Air Force has a chance to tie it here. Perry, no one in the lane except Meta Rollins there. Plays a little good help defense. Says no to Perry. I think we're going to see a lot of that all night.
That 6'4" height from that height from Shelby. Wow. That height from Meadow Roland, my apologies, is going to be so crucial. Being able to block those shots, especially without Emily Adams in that paint, going against someone like a guard like Perry, it's going to be a very difficult matchup for them to get those layups in today.
So it's 9-7 here. Air Force trying to come back. 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. They're currently 1 for their last 7, haven't scored in the last 2:21. So to see who wins this quarter, we'll be back after this. Welcome back inside of the pavilion. Air Force trying to take the lead here. Kind of stunned these Lady Rebels in the first quarter. scoring 7 points to the Lady Rebels 9. Now, moving it around the horn. Falcons find an open three at the top of the key. Hits the front of the rim, so we will play on. 1 for their left, 8 for the Falcons now. Elohim on the left wing. Trying to find somewhere to go. Finds Tristan James right there at the free throw. And just can't get it to go. Another turnover for the Lady Rebels. Now driving on Tristan James. That's Hargrave. Hargrave trying to get it in there for Clay. And she's blocked. Lott. Jumper. Not gonna go. Short corner miss there from Jasmine Lott. And Devon will now reset the play for the Falcons.
A lot of great defense into some quick transition football. This is going to be a game that Air Force might want to play a lot more than UNLV.
Play gets it to Hargrave. She's driving on the smaller Colvin. She's in the post. Has to force up a shot. That's going to be an air ball. Elohim with the rebound. Pushing the ball up from the right side. Just goes back into the center. Now going back to her right on the right wing. Gets it to Lott. She's at the logo. She's moving to her right. Gets into the corner. Colvin three. Not going to go. Devon pushing the ball. She finds a left corner, left wing three. And Hargrave takes a little too many steps. She's called for the travel.
And that is heartbreaking. Get your first 3 of the game. Would have given this Air Force team the lead. Called back for traveling. A call we saw a lot.
Yeah. And a steal there for the Air Force Falcons into a quick little transition bucket. And the Lady Rebels just look horrible, if I will say. They look so good against San Diego State, and both teams have not scored in the last 3 minutes and counting. UNLV has 3 turnovers. Elohim, right wing or right corner three, ends that drought. So that's the first points we've seen in 3 minutes. So 3 turnovers for the Lady Rebels, and trying to lock back on defense. Devon working it to the top. She has Clay. Now back to Devon. Devon getting into the post. Working on Tristan James. Tristan James with a fierce rejection. Putting those hands up like a redwood tree. Shelby Brown down the lane, off the glass, and that was easy as a knife cutting through butter.
Already up to 6 points for Shelby Brown. Coming off back-to-back great games for her. Looking to carry that momentum throughout the rest of the season in a game that UNLV wants to win after that loss to SDSU.
Now Devon working on the smaller Colvin. Loses the ball down in the post. Tristan James gets the rebound. She's on the floor trying to find anywhere to go. Finds Colvin. Elohim. Alexander. Alexander all alone. She will just put it off the glass. And those are the plays that separate the 1 seed in the conference to the bottom of the barrel into the conference. Get a nice little transition bucket there. Corner 3 there for the Falcons, won't go. Elio Alexander will get it. It's a 2-on-2. Elohim off the glass and good. The 2-man game works for the Lady Rebels. Alexander to Elohim. And just like that, UNLV is up by 9.
And this is great communication from UNLV. We saw a lot of miscues like that against SDSU. Ironed that out over the past couple days, and now you're firing on all cylinders, scoring points after points.
Devon can't hit on the top of the key 3. It's poked out by UNLV. So three players come in for Air Force. A low, so Devon stays. Devon working to her left, down the lane, forces up a floater, can't go. The 2 teams fight for the rebound, goes to Shelby Brown, and that's the end of the first quarter. What'd you like from the Falcons, and what'd you like from the Rebels?
The Falcons early on, great defense. However, the Rebels, I think, did everything the Falcons did just a little bit better. That swarming defense in the paint, stopping any easy bucket they can get, everybody helping out. The communication from UNLV is so much better than it was against SDSU. Ironed out those miscues, haven't got a travel penalty that was so bad against them last game. I think it's just great basketball that UNLV is playing today.
Well, for more great basketball, come back after this break as we go to the timeout. You don't want to miss the second quarter. We'll be back. Lady Rebels fans, we're a little bit nervous about that start of the first quarter. UNLV and Air Force were going back and forth, but UNLV went on a 9-0 run to close out the first quarter. It's 18-9 here. Double the points. Double the grit. Can't hit that one. That was Jensen on the drive for the Falcons. Fakes a man right, hits the right corner, or hits the right wing three. Metal Roland gets the rebound. That goes.
And here's Metal Roland get going. But how about that little pump fake? Had a couple guys jumping towards the ball there.
I believe that was Jasmine number 1. And that was Adams finding a lane there. On the Metal Roland, just lost in the transition defense. Adams puts up a quick little one off the glass. Shelby Brown now in the post. She gets fouled. So she will go to the line for one. That's Sydney Summers, excuse me.
And the free throw line, somewhere where UNLV almost lost the game at. It was very lucky that SDSU missed those 2 at the end. The discrepancy in the free throws made last game was big. Making 2 shots here would be great for the UNLV Rebels.
Opportunity to go up by double digits. Hits that one, so UNLV is up by 10. Shooting a crisp 56% on the day. 9 for 16. You could hear a pin drop in here. Misses that one. So Cortez will, or Perry, excuse me, will bring the ball up. And that's going to be a foul on the Falcons. Emily Adams called for that foul. So UNLV will get another possession inside out. Meadow Roland. Roland gets into Summers, back in the half court. Falcons playing a loose half court defense. Now Summers on the left wing, gets it to Ladd at the top of the key, takes the screen from Shelby Brown, down the post, Jasmine Latt can't hit that one. Falcons pushing the pace. Cortez, quarter 3, can't hit. Aaliyah Alexander. Now slowing that pace down. Right wing gets it to Brown. Now at the top, Jasmine Latt moving to her right. Down the post, in the lane, off the glass, and good for Jasmine Latt. 23-11. The Rebels lead. Little tumble there. Perry can't hit from the right short corner. She will go to the line. Destiny Leo set to check back in.
Jasmine Lott putting a lot of minutes on her body the past couple days. Played 42 minutes against San Diego. A big number. UNLV was actually really heavily lopsided in their minutes. I believe they had 2 or 3 players all in the 40-minute range. Now it'll be interesting to see how Coach Lindy LaRocque evens out those minutes coming into today.
Perry hits her first one. In a game that went to overtime, a lot of minutes there. A lot of people were risking fouling out. It's something we don't normally see for the Lady Rebels. Is foul trouble for them. But went into overtime against one of the best teams in the league. And that will happen. Perry goes 2 for 2 from the line. Here's Roland. Right short corner. Hands it to the other. Power forward. Lott with a nice move to get it off the glass and good.
And there's just nothing you can do to stop Shelby Brown when she's in the paint. Just an unstoppable force versus the immovable object. Give me Shelby Brown every time.
Brown pokes it away. Alexander on the fast break all alone. Yes. Leo Alexander converts the fast break points. 27-13. UNLV leads it. Perry driving in the post, gives a little fake move and a fadeaway jumper. Splash for Perry. Quiets this UNLV crowd. The newly checked in Destiny Leo brings the ball up the court. Moving to her left. Leo Alexander's there in the corner, decides not to pass it to her, gets it to Shelby Brown at the free throw. Lott, corner 3, decides not to go back, gets it. Shelby Brown, right block, fouled, and 1 for Shelby Brown.
I'm not sure there's anything Air Force can do to stop Shelby Brown. You might have to double, you might have to triple her to stop her right now. She is on a roll, already hitting that 13-point mark, double digits already, that we know her so well to be. Coming off that big game last week, she's just carrying momentum throughout weeks now.
Well, if she hits this one, she'll have 1 less point than all of Air Force, and she does. So she has 14 total points this game at a UNLV 30 points total, so that's pretty much half. And as Shelby Brown takes a seat, she has 1 less point than all of Air Force combined. So Air Force happy to see her sit down, trying to get back into this game. Perry calling out a play, going to her left. Left elbow jumper doesn't go for Perry. Foul on the floor regarding the rebound. Believe that's going to go on McNabb. Team's 4th foul. It will indeed go on Air Force's McNabb.
And it looks like UNLV really ironed out those fouls they were being called for last game. A lot of fouls you said we don't really see from the Lady Rebels. Now it's going against the other team, Air Force, today.
Alexander to Lott. Lott at the left wing. Gets it to Tristan James at the top of the key. She's moving to her right. Destiny Leo takes a step back from the right elbow. Alexander with a cross-court pass. Can't get it to go. She passed that all the way from the right wing to the left wing. Can't get it to go. Perry. Little J. That was a nice move. Just can't hit. It's going to go off of Meta. Rolling off the rebound. What'd you see there from Perry?
Perry, a lot of speed. Getting Jasmine Lott. I will say Jasmine Lott did a great job not losing her balance too early. Having to spin back and forth. She got caught at the end. Gave Perry the open shot. And it was a good shot attempt. Couldn't get it to fall. But now, as they're gonna review the play, see if maybe Air Force can get that ball back.
It was ruled off of Jasmine Lott. I did see that. Rest will go to the review, so we'll go to break here on Rebel Sports Net. So Coach LaRock elected to challenge that one, and guess what? She is right. Went off the player, or went off an Air Force player. So UNLV will get that possession back, and LaRock does not lose a timeout. Great challenge there from her staff. And of course her, because she's the one that called it. Roland to Leo now at the left wing. Leo takes a step back. Now Tristan James on the right wing. Gives it up to Lot. Lot takes a screen. She's moving into the post. Has the ball taken away. Roland. She has 4. She has 3. Down the lane. Not going to go. Falcons with an impressive defensive stance. There. Little J there for the Falcons. Not going to go. That was O'Halloran. Jasmine Locke hits that one from the corner of the 3.
One of the top scorers here at UNLV. Looking to get her going. Her, Shelby Brown, and Meadow rolling the big 3 for this team in scoring.
O'Halloran just getting it back to Devon. Now into the post for Adams. Adams driving on Tristan James. Little hook shot, can't get it to go. A fight for the ball. Favoring UNLV. So Tristan James with the defensive stance and then the grit to get that jump ball. Shelby Brown and Destiny Brown back for your Lady Rebels. Jasmine Lott and Tristan James take a seat. Elohim bringing the ball up. Now to Shelby Brown, just outside of the right elbow. Colvin trying to get it into Brown. Goes off the fingertips. Air Force takes it away. O'Halloran gets it to Devon. Back to O'Halloran. Travels on the play, trying to get it in for Cortez there in the left corner. Too many steps. So it's a 6-0 run for the Lady Rebels.
And these refs all over Air Force, calling the travels. The third call on them tonight. It's a tough loss, especially in a game where you really need every possession. It's a tough loss for Air Force there.
Yeah, can't be committing those turnovers. Every possession counts. Here in this one. Colvin driving on Devon. She is called for the travel. So a little mistake there from the sophomore from Idaho. And LaRock will immediately take her out. Aleel Alexander comes in for UNLV. Devon taking the ball up. Working on Destiny Leo behind the back. Just kicks it out. Now Adams to O'Halloran. O'Halloran back to Adams. She's driving. Can't get it to go. Destiny Brown with the rejection. And Shelby Brown says, goes that way. Reps were like, all right. We believe you. We believe you, Shelby.
Air Force not too happy with that one. Think they deserve the ball here, but
back for the Falcons, Milani Perry.
Refs will say no.
Harry comes back in for the Falcons. Hargrave picking up Elohim full court. 5 of their last 7 for their Lady Rebels. Shelby Brown just outside the free throw will go down into the low block off the side of the backboard. Kicks it to Elohim in the corner. Can't get it to go. Shelby Brown rolling and trying to get that rebound. The Falcons get it. Short corner J for Perry. That one goes, so that ends a 4-minute scoring drought for Air Force. As there's a little debacle there. Little scrap on the ground. Shelby Brown fell down against this fierce half-court defense this Falcons team is playing.
And Perry is not someone UNLV can allow to happen. She is such a big percentage of this team's points per game.
Little handoff from Shelby Brown was there at the right corner. And just handed it off to Mariah Elohim, and she buries the short corner J. Devon trying to get it into Perry. Just can't get it.
Returning to the floor for
Little errant pass there. Jasmine Lott and Meadow Roland will come in. Destiny Brown and Destiny Leo will come in. There's a lot of people on this team with the same names.
Yeah, Destiny Brown, who shares a name with Destiny and shares the last name with Shelby Brown. Could get a little confusing there.
A lot of confusion there. Could trip a young broadcaster up. Luckily, you guys have us as Leo Alexander goes down the right side of the lane to get it off the window. And good, 37-17 is your score here. Adams driving, gets the first step on Meadow Roland, and answers right back. Just under 2 minutes to go left in here. Mariah Elohim now gets it to Lott. Lott's moving to her right. She's working on Adams. Down in the right block and gets it past the bigger Adams using a little hop step, Euro step move. Don't know what that was. Now Cortez trying to do the same thing down there in the low block. Resets it to Perry. Perry, Adams, off the high glass, gets that one to swish down.
And the halftime adjustment Air Force is going to have to make. They have been leaving way too many people open in the corner. The coach constantly screaming at their players to cover that top corner on the far side from us and the camera.
Elohim trying to find Roland down there in the low block. Can't. Goes out of bounds. Sydney Summers is
back to
going
the
to
Lady
come back
Rebels,
in
Sydney Summers.
for Mariah Elohim. So Sydney Summers comes back in for Mariah Elohim. And we will resume play here. Devon bringing the ball up for the Falcons. To Perry. Now to Hargrave. Hargrave to Cortez in the corner. Back into the corner for Hargrave. She can't get it to go. That's an air ball. Summers pushing the pace. Now we'll take her time, reset this play. Summers, right wing, Roland, Brown, gets blocked. Brown gets blocked again. 2 blocks from Hargrave send Shelby Brown packing. It will be UNLV's possession. Going the other way. We're going that way.
Phenomenal by Hargrave, stopping Shelby Brown, who is so dominant in the paint, something we weren't sure we would see today.
Alexander with the little three of herself. Shelby Brown cleans that one up and puts it in. That's 15 for Shelby Brown, I believe. Shot clock turned off. Falcons have 10. Devon calling out a play, guarded by Summers. Perry, right wing. Hargrave in the post, back to Devon. Cortez, left wing three. Not gonna go. And the Rebels ended on a defensive stand here in the first half. They're leading by 20, 41-21. What did you see from the Lady Rebels this half that led to this lead?
From the Lady Rebels, it was a slow start. Not the start you wanted. Air Force had that lead for a little bit, but then it was like a switch flipped. Those quick transitions, those quick, easy points, the good passes, good communication, and no silly fouls, no silly turnovers like we saw the game before. Simple, great basketball from the Lady Rebels, getting the points that you deserve and need in this game.
Now, if you were the coach of the Falcons, you're down by 20. I think most people expected this. What are you going to tell your team at halftime to try to at least salvage at least some of this game?
A lot of these errors are self-inflicted.
Well, to see the rest of this game come back after halftime, we'll have more Rebel action right on the way here on Rebel Sportsnet. Don't go anywhere and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We'll be posting almost every day from here on out now the semester is back in session. So go over there, follow us, more content if you want more from us. We'll see you after the break.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the game. If you're just joining us, UNLV's leading 41-21. 3-ball for the Falcons. Doesn't go. Gets that second-hand rebound. Cortez passing into Adams off the glass and good. What a start for the Falcons.
Emily Adams, a great bucket, but I like to see Air Force trying that 3-ball. Not something their team is known for, but at least getting it, knowing you're down a lot. If they can get that going, it could change this game a lot.
Great drawn-up play, but it really matters what you're going to do on the fly. Now Lott, corner 3, chucks it up, and gets it to go. Jasmine Lott responds with a 3.
The contested 3 over Perry. How about that?
Adams handling the ball at the top of the key. Gets it to her teammate. I believe that was O'Halloran. She's fouled. Lady Rebels come out a little bit sloppy here, giving up a easy 2 and a foul.
Maybe a little something like we saw in the first half. A little slow start. Coming out a little colder after warm-ups. But as they get into the game, start picking it up again and start pushing that pace. And 40 points in the first half is a phenomenal number, especially when you play a team that is so strong about holding that team, the other opposing teams down. Only 60 points. They are 7-2 when holding opponents under 60 points. UNLV so close to that margin already. It'll be tough for them to win this game already.
Just 16 points away from that 60-point margin. Destiny Leo chucks up a left wing 3, gets it to go and 1. Big 3 from the kid from Cleveland State. That was one of the craziest shots I've seen, I think, all year. What about you?
It was perfect. Barely touched the net off the backboard, too. 2 crazy 3-point shots from the Lady Rebels. How about that?
And Marissa.
Destiny Leo with a shot of probably the shot of the game.
At the line, shooting 1 shot.
I don't remember when the last time I saw an and 1 3 was. But like I said in the pregame, so misses that opportunity for the shot. But Destiny Leo with a little energy to hype up the bench. Adams getting to the post. Trying to get it to go. Can't get. That was McNabb. Can't hit. Adams with a long jumper. Gonna fight for a rebound. Jasmine Lott touches it out of bounds. So just a little too fast there for the Lady Rebels. And Falcons will try to get back within 20.
Trying to push the pace there. Saw them score a lot of points off of those easy, fast break points. Not able to get it there. And Air Force is going to get another try at this.
Spin around. Jay goes for Hargrave. Right there at the right elbow. So Mariah Elohim set to check back in. She will have to wait until this possession is over or till the next stoppage of play. LaRock calling out a play, telling her players to cut down the middle. Alexander on the left wing gets it to Lott. They have 7 seconds. Get to Meadow Roland. The Meadow Roland will be fouled. Not in the act of shooting, so side out UNLV. Mariah Elohim will come back in for Destiny Leo.
Meadow Roland really not happy with that. They had their hands all over her there, but
Mariah Elohim coming back into the game, trying to hit a 3. Can't get that one to go, so Hargrave will push the pace. Down the lane, working on Lott. Turnaround Jay. Gonna be fouled. So she will go to the line. A little bit of a new intensity from the Falcons. Already their second trip to the line this quarter.
Marissa Hargrave at the line.
Hargrave shooting 1-1. Shelby Brown, reminder, has 16 points on the day. Hargrave misses that one, but what have you seen from Shelby Brown today that has led to this potential career night?
Shelby Brown, aggressive from the start. You saw her maybe look towards her teammates and then just flip the switch, take it herself. And she's made some tough buckets here tonight. But the double-doubles for her. We haven't seen as much rebounds from her as we did maybe the game prior, but the points are out of this world tonight.
So Hargrave goes and hits that one. It's now a 19-point game for the first time in a while. Roland driving on Cortez, loses the ball. Falcons force the turnover. We'll go the other way. Great defense there from McNabb.
And that's exactly what you want to see from Air Force. They're second in the Mountain West in forcing turnovers per game at 18.5. They need to start playing that ball, force UNLV into these mistakes where they can get the ball back.
Lot falls over, and Adams trying to cash in on the opportunity. Hits a little turnaround hook off the glass. That's a 17-point game. Just ticking away at this Rebel lead. UNLV will try to respond. Roland from the logo. Gets it to Alexander. Taking the screen from Roland. Down the lane. And oh my gosh, that was a jumble. What'd you see?
How about a funky play there? Stole the ball, trying to keep it in bounds, threw it straight back to Meta Roland, and it was an easy two for her.
And Hargrave gets the ball tapped away from Jasmine Lott. So good awareness down in the lane from Lott. Cortez to inbound the ball. Gets it to Hargrave. She's at the free throw line. Back to Cortez on the right wing. She's driving. Gets it to Adams. Adams to the left wing. McNabb can't hit. Shelby Brown with the rebound. Alexander. Elohim. Right wing. Can't get it to go.
Elohim hasn't got the past couple to fall, but given her history, you can never be mad with any three shots she takes.
Just didn't get enough power on that one. Hit kind of that space between the rim and the backboard. Now Cortez gets it to McNabb, trying to get it to Adams in the post. Can't get the hook to go. Rollin playing great defense. Almost loses the ball, but gets it to Shelby Brown. She's pushing the pace down the floor. Low block. Shelby Brown can't get it to go. Shelby Brown's going to be called for the defensive foul. He doesn't like that one.
Maybe a little bit of extracurriculars taken too far there. Not a foul you want to see from one of your team leaders here.
Especially because she's been having such a career night. Lindy LaRock yelling at her team, trying to get them back locked in. Adams all alone in the post. Hits the right little hook off the window. Goes for the Falcons. Now the lead is down to 17. Alexander moving to her left. Hargrave playing too fierce of defense.
How about Emily Adams having herself a night? She's played a much bigger role than we would have thought here today. 13 shots on the night. And she has passed her season high that she set last game at 10. Now at 12 points tonight. A big day for her.
She must have changed her breakfast cereal. Something in the air for her. Career night after career night for Emily Adams. Moray Elohim on the left wing. Gets it to Shelby Brown in the low block. Poked away by Adams off the foot of Brown. Falcons come up with a big stop. Rebels want to talk it over. 49-32, 4:55 left in this one. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back here on Rebel Sports Day. Hello and welcome back to the pavilion. Lady Rebels lead this one 49-32, but Falcons are on a run. And just like that, as I mentioned, believe that was Clay on the easy one off the glass. Rebels led it as much as 20. Falcons are starting to make a run back though. Shelby Brown on the left elbow. Gets it to Alexander. Alexander down the post. Great move from Alexander. Bully ball from Aaliyah.
Alexander coming off of the team high 18 points last game, carrying it over 6 points today, looking to continue that momentum and get UNLV back on that scoring streak they had in the first half.
Cortez gets it to Hargrave. Hargrave. Guarded by Alexander. Hargrave trying to find anywhere to go. Lott steals the ball. It's a 2-on-2. Lott, spin around. Jay, yes! Jasmine Lott with the steal and with the meal down in the low post.
How about that spin cycle right there? Looks like she might have got hit in the face, wiping some off it after the shot, but great shot there, getting UNLV back in the scoring column.
She was absolutely feasting down in the post. Al Hargrave for the Falcons. Gets it to Adams. Adams, right wing three. Not going to go. Goes over to the backboard, so it'll be Lady Rebels ball going the other way. That was Clay, excuse me, not Adams.
Air Force hasn't gotten the 3-ball to fall. Only 1 for 11, shooting 9% on the night. Really not something you want to see if you're the coach of Air Force.
Yeah, yikes. They're not typically a three-point team, but what they are is a team that forces turnovers, and they force another one there on Aaliyah Alexander. And when you force a lot of turnovers, like we know with the Running Rebels, you're going to have a chance in almost every game.
Absolutely. Both teams sitting at 10 turnovers right now, and the Running Rebels coming off of a big win against Utah State. The Lady Rebels wishing they did that against SDSU, but a big chance here to get that step-back win against a Mountain West Conference opponent.
So we're going to stay here during this timeout. Like we said, the UNLV Running Rebels need your support as they take on San Diego State. Here at the Thomas and Mack, that's going to be on the 24th at 1 p.m. You can catch it. Students get in free, so students, we also need your support. The boys are absolutely rolling. Just be formerly ranked Utah State, who hasn't been ranked in quite some time. They need your help again. San Diego State picked to finish first in the conference, I believe. A couple of NBA prospects over there, Magoon Guath and Miles Bird. We got a couple NBA prospects, in my opinion, over here too, with Dre Gibbs Lawhorn and Tyron Jones. So make sure you come out to that one. UNLV Lady Rebels, though, lead at 53-34 here in this one. The upcoming schedule for the Lady Rebels, they're going to go take on the team in Nevada. Of course, that being UNR, Saturday, January 24th at 1 p.m. So the same day, same time as the Running Rebels. We'll be rooting them on from Thomas and Mack, and then they play New Mexico, so a tough little stretch for them, facing, I believe, some of the top teams in the conference. But you know, this team has been they've been gritty, they've been tough. I mean, they played a close game with almost everything. They played it with number 1 San Diego State in the conference, and then they played it with a ranked Baylor team. So I know this team can go through almost anybody and be pretty fine. And I think we're seeing that tonight. They're just showing their superiority, up by 19. Driving down the lane, Hargrave can't hit. Tristan James with the rebound, or that's Sydney Summers, excuse me. And does the smart thing there. What does that tell you about her IQ there, bouncing it off the Falcons' leg?
I love that IQ from the Lady Rebels there. Suffocating defense from Air Force. Nowhere to go, no outlet to pass it to. So just reset off the foot of Air Force and get the ball back in a way that you can control.
Alexander guarded by the fierce Hargrave. She's got to be careful. Called for a hand check foul earlier. Meta rolling with a three of herself. That one goes. Tried to hit one earlier in the game. Couldn't. The confidence is in the sky for Meta Roland.
And we talked about that three-point discrepancy. The Rebels shooting 38% on the night, as we see another Air Force miss there. But Meta Roland hitting that double-digit mark for the first time in a minute. That 10 points tonight, getting her back on track to the high scoring she's known for on this team.
Like we mentioned before, Hargrave called for that foul. A little too fierce on the defense. So Tristan James and Destiny Brown comes back in for Shelby Brown and Meadow Roland. So this is a little... I love when teams do this. They, out the inbound, they little stack motion at half court, and they all disperse. One of my favorite plays in basketball in general. Tristan James driving in the post, has it poked away by the fierce Hargrave. And she's yelling like, hey, I can't hear you. There's a trailing Tristan James there. And she just couldn't hear the wolf. She's like, come on, guys, we got to communicate if we're ever going to come back in this game. And it might be out of hand now, but for future reference, that's definitely what they want to do. That three hits the top of the backboard, so it's just been an abysmal night from deep for the Falcons, just shooting 8% on 1 for 13.
And that's a tough number to look at for any fans of any team. 8% on any night is just ugly to look at.
Not shooting it well from the post though. And we see a post action here from the Lady Rebels. Destiny Brown hits that one. So little action there. 9-0 run for the Lady Rebels. Now in the post. Adams trying to get the hook off. Can't get it to go. Poked out by Destiny Brown. So we will stay on this half of the court. 4 for their last 4 for the Lady Rebels. And 2 of their last 10 for their Air Force Falcons. Cortez trying to get in the post for Adams. Guarded by Destiny Brown. Short corner, left elbow J. Gets it back. Hits that three. So that's going to help the stats a little. That's going to be Clay on that three for the Falcons. Now 2 for 14. Elohim trying to respond. Down the post. Can't get it to go. But Adams is going to draw the foul, or Adams is going to commit the foul. And Lady Rebels are going to go to the line. A lot of talking.
Yeah. And someone I'm surprised we haven't seen make a bigger impact tonight is Alexa Cortez. Last time we saw them face the Air Force in UNLV, she had her season high in 10 points. And go back to last year, she had her career high of 18 versus UNLV. So maybe a team she always turns up a little bit more against here tonight. But Rebels have done a great job holding her to 0 points through the third period.
Wow, I didn't even notice that. So Destiny Brown goes 1 for 2 from the line. Shout out to all the color commentary partners around the country letting their play-by-play know stats they did not know before. Falcons passing the ball around the horn. Cortez down the lane, and there she is. Brother, it seems like every time you call out a player, they come back and prove you wrong or prove you right.
Yeah, getting her first bucket of the night. Maybe this is where she gets going. We've got a whole another quarter to play. Who knows what can happen.
Elohim going to the left side. Now back to her right. Bounce pass, Tristan James. Oh, smothered in the post. Gets that one to go. Shot clock turned off here for the Falcons. Likely will be the last shot. Hargrave calling out the play. They have 10 seconds. 61-39. Hargrave. Corner 3 for the Falcons does not go. Play misses that one. So she's 1 for 4 from three-point land. 2 for 14 on the night for the Falcons. 2 for 15, excuse me. 5 for the last 5 for UNLV. They're on a run. 61-39. The fourth quarter is upon us, but not until after this break. We'll be back here on Rebel Sports Net. We got a nice little crowd here on this Wednesday night under the lights in Vegas. 61-39, 10 minutes left to go. UNLV leads this one and has almost all night. I believe the last lead for Air Force was in the first quarter, leading by 1 or 2. In the post, can't hit it. Air Force gets turned away again. McNabb can't hit. Leo driving to her right. Gives it up for Alexander. Leo's called for the, or Alexander, excuse me, is called for the offensive foul. Falcons going the other way.
Yep. A little mental error there from UNLV. It'll happen in these blowout games, but you want to iron it out. You got another game in a couple days as well against Reno, of all teams, a rival team you especially want to beat.
Absolutely, that rivalry goes down to almost every sport. Adams in the post. We've seen her do that all night. Seemed it only worked in the first half, though. Lady Rebels are starting to catch on to that move, but Hargrave will commit that foul. Her third personal foul. The team's first, I believe that's what they said. Team's fifth, team's first. It's a good time here in Vegas. Shelby Brown with the pass from Jasmine Lott. Brown just with the easy 2 points there under the rim. Falcons trying to drive. Little nice bounce pass. Hargrave with the kind of easy bucket down at UNLV's end. Well, Air Force comes right back and gets an easy bucket of their own off the pass of McNabb. McNabb plants the magic, and Hargrave does the rest. Shelby Brown down in the low block. She's doubled. She will be called for the foul. Hargrave. Careful not to pick up another one. Believe that's going to go on McNabb.
Speaking of Shelby Brown, set a new season high today of 18 points, passing her previous of 17.
Well, there you go. Record-setting night for Brown. Now Leo getting it to Brown down in the low block. Can she hit 20? Yes, she can. Shelby Brown, 20 points on the night. Half of Air Force's total points. Adams trying to get her night started. Now Hargrave. Believe that's Clay. Short corner Jay does not go for Clay. Meadow Rowland pushing the pace on Cortez. She's fouled. Been rolling to the line. Cortez with the foul. And UNLV fans will like that one.
Meadow Rowland, someone that's so hard to stop. You see Air Force maybe playing a little bit more physical with her tonight versus the other players. Seeing her get her arms wrapped all around her, thrown to the ground. A little gritty basketball here.
I don't know if it's Meadow Rowland tonight or anything, but was out to get some water. I did see exclusive posters of just Meadow Rowland, so you could tell how much this university loves her, how much this team loves her, how much she means to her teammates. She's got 11 on the night, trying to make it 12. She does. Makes it 12. And you, partner, it is 67 to 41. I know that number is very popular with the Gen Alphas.
It's a dangerous number around the run, people, I'll tell you that.
Dangerous number. Well, these are the topics you could talk about when your team is up by 28.
Blowout material always goes somewhere a little strange, especially late at night like we are today.
Devon can't hit the top of the key three. Adams gets the rebound and gets fouled. Meadow Rowland picks up that foul. Associate coach Roman Owen yelling out something to his girls, and Elio Alexander picks up the turnover. Bounce pass, Jasmine Lott. And although a nice block from McNabb, Lady Rebels are going to go back to the line. They're shooting a cool 6 for 10 from the line tonight.
Yeah. You're talking about your favorite play of the line. How about a little different variation of it tonight? A little vertical instead of horizontal. Didn't work out for Air Force there. A great play by Alexander to pick it off. Maybe a little football for all you out there. But as they make the first one, it's a little great defense that you want to see, even in a blowout. Some disciplined basketball there.
LaRock always runs a tight ship, even if you get almost no minutes a game. So I feel like this has been a theme with the Lady Rebels. They miss they make their first one, miss the second. So that just makes them 7 for 11 on the night. Meadow Rowland with the steal, passes it to Jasmine Lott. And guess what? Almost the same exact play as a play ago. Rowland to Lott, and Lott goes down the lane and gets fouled again. Mariah Elohim and Tristan James set to check back in, and Lott going back to the line. We'll see if she can hit both of them, or she'll make the first one and miss the second.
It's so hard to stop a team, especially when they got 3 players with double-digit points to your 1. It's tough to maybe not get a little overzealous.
I think that's the perfect word to describe this one. Refs talking it over with head coach of the Falcons. Just explaining what happened there. Lott shooting 2 from 15 feet for free. Feel like I'm on the PGA Tour right now, how quiet it is in here.
Absolutely. A really crazy contrast to the game we had a couple days ago. Packed house, loud. Can never hear a pin drop like this.
Yeah. Lott shooting the second. Hits the second, so she breaks the rhythm. And she will take a seat after scoring 2. Could her night be done? We'll have to find out. Rebels extend their lead to 29. Falcons is trying to just claw back for some sort of dignity. Adams with a little short corner J, and it can't go for Adams, so she was off to a hot start with 12 and since has cooled down. She's 6 for 16 on the night. Alexander from the left wing gets it to Tristan James. Tristan James quickly doubled, trying to get it out. James, bounce pass, Alexander, left wing. Left elbow, steps back. She has 5. She has 4. Alexander, spin move. Not gonna go. Meadow Rowland is gonna be called for the foul. Adams was knocked down in the process. So Meadow Rowland's gotta be careful. She's got 4 fouls. 1 more and she's gone.
I don't expect her to be in the game much longer. You got this comfortable 29-point lead. Maybe get her a little bit more comfortable. Maybe have a little momentum carried into the next game. But how about Tristan James, the true freshman from Dallas, Texas? She started her first game I would say almost a week ago against San Jose. Started her first game of her career. Seeing double-digit minutes as a freshman, this is someone the Rebels can look forward to going long-term.
A flashy forward from Dallas. She's got so much ceiling. She's coming back in, as we mentioned her, likely for Meadow Rowland playing with 4 fouls. Falcons moving the ball around the horn. They're at the right wing, smothered by Tristan James. Falcons have 4. Falcons have 3. Hargrave can't get it off in time. Rebels force the shot clock violation.
Back for the Lady Rebels.
And I don't know why I said Tristan James was coming in. She's already in the game. It was Sydney Summers.
Absolute suffocating defense from the Rebels there. Nowhere to go. Couldn't even put up a shot in time. Just a unfortunate turnover.
So Erica Collins will come in. Meadow Rowland's night is likely done. Putting in all the people who don't get that much time here. Summers moving to her right. Spin move, Jay, not gonna go. Collins can't get the rebound. Falcons get it. Pushing the pace. Cortez. 3 ball, not gonna go for for Hargrave, excuse me. Falcons haven't scored in the last 3 minutes. Rebels haven't scored, or no field goals in the last 3 minutes. So, and what an effort. I believe that was Cortez. What an effort by her to, even though she took the ball from, I believe that was Elohim, and she's diving on the floor down by 30. That's exactly the player you want to build your program around. No matter what the score is, she's going to fight. Sydney Summers can't hit the top of the key 3. So stoppage on the play. And I believe Tristan James was fouled under the basket. So she will go to the line.
Tristan James in the line
for another 2 shots. James.
How about that
takes
shot
a
right
couple
there?
Bounces. Gets a lucky bounce there. 2 people coming in for the Falcons. Tristan James goes 2 for 2 from the line. Extends this lead to 31. Lady Rebels on a 9-0 run.
30-plus points in the 4th period. Not what you want to see, but UNLV maybe allowing these different players along their bench to get some time that we haven't seen much of.
A fight for the rebound. And a Mariah Elohim comes up with it. And people are yelling wolf at her, which for the non-basketball knowers is a player trailing you from behind. So she will go to the line for another 2, and this is just a free throw party, partner. 5 for 14, or excuse me, 11 for 16 from the line, and we will be going back for another 2. Elohim hits the first, trying to extend this lead to even 40. 5 minutes left to do that so far. Hits that one. Rebels just need, I believe, 7 more points to extend this one to 40. Falcons gonna try their best to not do that. And Cortez is fouled there, or not fouled, excuse me. Can't get it to hit, so stoppage of play on the floor. Tegan Colvin set to check in, but not after we come back here on Rebel Sportsnet. So on this school night back in semester for UNLV and Air Force, little nice crowd here at the pavilion. Poked away by the Rebels, and that's another turnover. Tristan James can't corral it. Gets it back to Tegan Colvin, who we haven't seen, I believe, since the first half. Tegan Colvin, since early in the third. Colvin back in, trying to get those developmental minutes. Down the lane, yes! That was going to be Kabata. Or that Ace Kabata, excuse me. For the 2. 13-0 for the Rebels. That's why I was so surprised when she got that little 2-pointer. Falcons can't hit from 3-point range. That was Cortez on that. Colvin pushing the pace. Down in the post. Gets the ball stripped away. Maybe that's why we haven't seen her.
Hasn't started since, I believe, in the past 10 games, I believe, which is uncharacteristic for her.
Still young. She's got a lot more development to be had.
On for the Falcons, AJ Mannering, number 30.
AJ Mannering from the Falcons.
For the Lady Rebels, Ungalea Afu.
And Ungalea Afu here for the Rebels. Checks back in, so it's a little nice lineup we got of some players we normally never see.
Yeah, the junior transfer from Murray State College, someone we really haven't seen, especially against SDSU. But she is the powerhouse in the paint. Not someone you'll see pull up a jumper or a 3-point, but in the paint, she can be a monster.
Colvin from the logo. Oh, a good pass there from Collins. Bounce pass, can't get it to go. Afu was streaking down the paint, can't corral it. So a turnover for UNLV. And that's their 14th of the day, compared to just 15 for the Falcons. 3 is offline from Jensen for the Rebels. So just under 3 minutes left to go. Rebels trying to extend this lead by 40. Would be one of the biggest air ball there from Tegan Colvin from the corner. But I would say one of the biggest wins in Rebel history, or Lady Rebel history. Colvin intercepts the pass. Colvin down the lane. 3-point ball over. Can't get it to go. Afu tripled, loses the ball. Turnover again for Air Force. Or for UNLV, excuse me. And a turnover on the other end.
Maybe that ball's got a little bit of soap on it.
Yeah.
A little slippery tonight.
A little soap and grease.
Not a combo you want on your basketball, I'll tell you that.
No, definitely not. Soap and grease is probably a killer. Although, I will say, I think that combo does well in those Dom commercials. Soap and grease.
Yeah, got those baby ducks.
Baby ducks.
Maybe they're the ones putting the grease on the baby ducks.
Maybe there's got some long-range 3 from City Summers. That's offline. Can't get it to go. Adams back in for the Falcons. And they hit the 3. That was Jensen. So that makes them 13% on the day. And guess what, partner? 3 for 23. That's a lot of threes.
Yeah, looking a little better than the 8% we saw earlier. Making a couple threes.
Sydney Summers, step back 3, can't get it to go. And fouls at the other end. Dangerous play there from Sydney Summers.
Yeah, not something you ever want to see. A dangerous play. Seen a lot of injuries happen like that. Thankfully, everybody walks away unscathed here.
She was on the back. And here we go. We have another player coming in that we don't see in a while. Alexis Swillis coming in for Erica Collins.
She actually made her first collegiate field goal 6 days ago against San Jose State.
Okay. And there you go. Just realized we've been on the Be Right Back screen this whole time, or this whole break. So we're back to the main screen now. Shout out the broadcast engineer for that. Now Sydney Summers with just over a minute left to go, leading by a whole bunch of points. Afu with a nice little move to the rack. Not gonna go. Colvin gets the rebound. Colvin gets it over to Afu. Afu, turnaround Jay, not gonna go. And Swillis cleans it up. And Rowland and Brown are going crazy over there on the bench, rooting their teammate on. Doesn't get a lot of playing time.
How about that? Her second collegiate field goal now.
Well, there he goes.
Had a couple free throws, now he got a couple field goals.
Another 3 for the Falcons doesn't go, but they clean up that rebound and get the 2. Shot clock off, but the Falcons are still playing full court defense. Lady Rebels likely just to dribble it out. Band going crazy. Shout out to the UNLV band. Your final score from Vegas is 78-47. UNLV leads it. Partner, what did you see from the Lady Rebels tonight? And what do you think they can improve on going into the UNR game?
You had the slow start, came back, bounced back, high scoring affair, but it was those transition threes, that good passing, good communication, not getting a tip ball and a turnover like we saw against San Diego State. Something that they can carry into the game against Reno. That quick transition football and that little bit of suffocating defense we saw at times.
So the next game here at the Pavilion will be against Colorado State, January 31st. Reminder, San Diego State versus UNLV. Be there or be square. From Las Vegas, I'm Whitaker Levis, joined by my partner, Marcus Bray. So we will see you later. And next time, follow us on all socials at Rebel Sports Net. Good night, folks. Get home safe and see you later.